Well, good morning. My name is Diana Armendariz, and today I'm going to explain the inversion in cleft sentences. These sentences are change the place of the verb and the subject. First, the inversion sentences are just putting the verb before the subject. We usually do it in question forms. For example, the sentence, "You are tired," would be as a question as "Are you tired?" If we invert this sentence without doing a question, will be something like "Tired you are." Now, there are different forms to apply inverse sentences. One of them is using a negative adverb or adverb phrase at the beginning of the sentence. This makes our sentence sound surprising and emphasize what we are saying. Here there are some examples. For example, using adverbs as hardly, never, seldom. Hardly had I got into bed when the telephone rang. Never had she seen such a beautiful sight before. Seldom do we see such an amazing display of dance. Also adverb phrases like only then, not only but, no sooner, only later. Not only, but not only does he love chocolate and sweets, but he also smokes. Or for example, on no account. On no account should you do anything without asking me first. The next form is using an inversion instead of if in the conditionals with had, were, and should. For example, a normal conditional would be, if I had been there, this problem wouldn't have happened. The conditional with the inversion would be, had I been there, this problem wouldn't have happened. If we use inversions, in inversion we put an adverbial expression of place at the beginning of the sentence. For example, a normal sentence like all the things I could save were in the bed, as an inverse sentence will be in the bed were all the things that I could save. Now, there's another way. There's using an inversion after so plus the adjective that. For example, she looked in a normal sentence like she looked so miserable standing at the back that anyone wanted to talk to her. In an inverse way would be so miserable she looked standing at the back that anyone wanted to talk to her. Now, the cleft sentences are when a part is moved from its normal position into a different place to give it more emphasis. The first type of cleft sentences is using it. It plus be verb plus subject, object, etc. plus that who relative clause. For example, it was the boys who started the fight. Now, instead of it, we could change it for another pronoun, as for example, those were my books that you borrow. Now, cleft sentences to connect new information. In the question, you met my teacher, Mr. Jones, didn't you? The answer, no, it was Mrs. Smith that I met. Well, in this case, our answer is providing more information to the person. A simple question, a simple answer would be no, I didn't. But here we're providing more information than they require. Now, the cleft sentences when we erase the that. The example, it was Mrs. Smith that I met. If we erase the that, we get it was Mrs. Smith I met. In the case, those were my books that you borrowed, we end up with those were my books you borrowed. The negative cleft sentences are just using the negative form of the verb. It wasn't Mr. Jones that I met. It was not those boys who started the fight. The WF cleft sentences, also called pseudo-cleft sentences, because the emphasis is usually at the end of the sentence, is a WH clause plus be verb plus emphasize word or phrase. For example, what do you need? What I need is something to drink. We emphasize that the something to drink in this case. Well, that would be it. I hope this will help you. Thank you.